Hello and welcome to some new type of videos that we're going to be putting on this channel. It's going to be more discussion based videos. In this one we're going to be talking about my BlizzCon 2021 aka BlizzCon Online predictions. Now, my overarching prediction for this BlizzCon is that it's going to be pretty uneventful. I don't think it's going to be a massive BlizzCon. I don't think there's going to be any huge surprises. I don't think we're going to see anything that isn't already heavily rumoured, okay? So we're going to go through all the Blizzard IPs and we're going to see what I think could, should, and in some cases won't happen. So, first up, we're going to start with the games that I don't really know a lot about and I don't really care too much about. Sorry if that offends you. So, first of all, Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm, what they could do is they could talk about balancing. Maybe there'll be a new hero, but I think more than likely is going to be pretty much nothing that we can expect, which is a shame because not that I play it or play MOBAs really. It's an attractive IP, it has a lot going for it, and it's a real shame that it just kind of got dropped. In my opinion, I think Blizzard need to accept the fact that, and I think they already have accepted the fact that it's not going to compete with the two major MOBAs that are out there. But instead of just forgetting about it, you could go a different route with it. You could make it more, go left field, make it more arcade based, and make some different, more experimental game modes in there. Why not? Why not do something with it? Because as someone who hasn't really played any like League of Legends or Dota, I'd be more interested to try something that has more options. But back to the prediction, I don't think we're going to see anything particularly interesting. Right, number 2. Hearthstone. I'm pretty certain we're going to see a new expansion. I haven't played Hearthstone really, so I can't really say much about it. There'll be a new expansion. It'll probably be more of the same. If you like that, you'll probably like it, and if you don't, you probably don't. But I have nothing else to say about it, so we're going to move on. Dead certain we're going to see a lot more about Diablo 4. It seems from the schedule that a lot of BlizzCon's time will be used for Diablo 4, and we're going to see a far more deep dive. I mean, I think even the show is called Diablo Deep Dive, so we're going to go a lot deeper and see a lot more of the gameplay. I don't know, maybe we'll see more of how the skills and the talents work, more what kind of enemies we're going to face. Maybe there'll be more. We'll see another class. Maybe we'll see how. If there's any sort of PvP element, online element to it. But yeah, I think that's mainly going to be that for Diablo 4. We're just going to see a lot more of what we want to see the whole game. I do think there'll be an alpha, and I do think the alpha will be this year. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be invited to the alpha, but Blizzard, if you do want to invite me to it, I would absolutely love to play. Now, this is a pretty heavily rumoured one, and quite intrigued because I've heard a lot of good things about this game. I haven't played it myself, but it is Diablo 2 Remastered. Hopefully, it does not follow the same sort of route that we got when we got Warcraft 3 Remastered, but there's a lot more reason to be hopeful for this one, because it is rumoured that this remaster is going to be made by Vicarious Visions. Now, if you don't know who Vicarious Visions are, they made the remaster for Crash Bandicoot, and they made the remaster for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Those remakes were very well received, they were very well made, and they were very faithful to the source material. So, if that is the case, I think we have a lot to be excited about here. So I definitely think we're going to see Diablo 2 Remastered. Now that is the case, and Diablo 2 Remastered is being made by Vicarious Visions. I think we have a lot to be excited about. It's something that I'm going to definitely be interested in playing and probably streaming as well on my twitch.tv/RJMaxi. Follow below. The links are below. Follow below. Follow my Twitch. Help me get affiliate, please. Help me feel wanted in this world. Help me. Moving on. Now we move on to Overwatch 2. Okay, now this is something I'm actually quite interested in, seeing what they're going to do with it. Now, I actually quite liked Overwatch. Controversial, but I did actually quite like Overwatch when I played it. And I feel like what we're going to see from Overwatch is probably going to be more focused on the PvE element of the game that they're adding into Overwatch 2, which for me, I'm not that interested in. I don't really see yet how it's going to be that fun. From what I can tell from the initial footage and trailers and stuff that was released, it kind of just looks a bit like the Horde mode kind of missions that they added into Overwatch originally anyway. So I would like to see how this single player or I think co-op experience is going to be interesting for me to play, basically. Because if it is just Horde mode or shooting gallery after shooting gallery, I really don't see how that is going to be fun at all. I'm hoping as well that we'll see what they're going to do with the PvP. Are they going to try and make it back to what it was when Overwatch League was popular? Or are they going to let it fall? Like, it's really dropped since a few years ago, and as a game that I want the game to be good. I liked playing that game. It was a game that I liked to play because you didn't have to be super accurate to play it. Because I like playing support roles, because you didn't have to be good at the shoot to actually be useful. And I'm not good at the shoot, but I like being useful. So I would like to see more about the PvP, personally, how they're going to bring it back to how it was in around like 2016, was it? 2015, 16, when the game was at the height of popularity. I think we could possibly see a beta this year. I think we could possibly see this game released this year. Especially as the game is kind of merging. It's not like it's merging with the original Overwatch, so you can play original Overwatch online with people playing Overwatch 2, which also does make me worried that they're not doing anything with the multiplayer. But anyway, I think beta this year, possibly game this year, if not early next year, and hopefully, and I have no reason to predict this, but hopefully an open beta. Please, Blizzard, open beta for me and my friends, of which are me and Wisefish. So get us beta. Thank you. All right, so now we move on to slightly more of my wheelhouse in terms of Blizzard IP, which is World of Warcraft. So I say it's more of my wheelhouse. I've actually stopped playing WoW. For various reasons, which is a topic for a video on its own. But yes, I have kind of dropped off of it. But I think it's pretty safe to say that we're going to see what's next in the current story of Shadowlands. We're going to see the next big patch, the next big raid, and maybe some updates to Torghast, and the more maybe a tease of the story. Just the general next step of an expansion that you expect. I don't think we're going to see anything too surprising from that. I would be interested to see if they do reveal anything to do more with the story. Is Sylvanas going to become good? Because if that happens, that would be awful. So we'll see. But I think we're just, with World of Warcraft, we're just going to see what we expect. More of the same, basically. Which BlizzCon 2021, more of the same, pretty much. Aside from this. World of Warcraft Classic, The Burning Crusade. I think it's a dead certain that we're going to see this. I think it's likely that we're even going to see it this year. The Burning Crusade Classic is a safe bet, especially with the email surveys that were released last year, asking people if they would want to play the Burning Crusade or if they wanted a Classic Plus, if they wanted to, how they're going to handle the servers as well, which is something I'm also very interested in finding out how they're going to deal with. I don't think we're going to see Classic Plus, as much as that would be interesting to see Classic Plus. I don't think we're going to see a Classic Plus. I think we're definitely going to see the Burning Crusade Classic. We're going to see a beta. We'll see now. I don't know. I reckon we could see a beta within the next 6 months. We need to remember, like, Classic is finished. As in, there is no more content for Classic. It is done. And there are many, many WoW players who only play Classic, who want the next thing. If they're clever, Blizzard will wait until there is a content lull in Shadowlands, and then they'll release the Burning Crusade Classic right in that part. The reason why I think the game could come out sooner than we expect is because the Burning Crusade zones with the questing and all of the loot and everything is in WoW right now. You can go to those zones in retail WoW and play through them if you want to, and it's exactly how it was back in 2007. So it's probably, I don't know how game development works, I have absolutely no idea, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be a significantly more straightforward task than to rebuild Classic as they had to do. What does interest me a lot is, what are they going to do with the characters? There was a survey about this about a year ago when they asked the player base, I'm pretty sure it was a survey, I'm pretty sure I'm not making this up, what they wanted to happen if the Burning Crusade Classic was released. So, they could go a few ways with this. They could move everybody's character from the Classic server to the Burning Crusade servers when they come out. They could make you make a new character that you start maybe from level 1, maybe from level 60 on the new Burning Crusade server, or they can do what I think they'll probably do, is that you'll be able to copy a version of your character to the Burning Crusade server, and then you'll still have a character in the Classic server. Because there are some people who only want to play Classic and then play Classic for the rest of their lives happily, and there are some people who are going to want to move on, and there's some people who are going to want to dip back and do both. So I think to cater for that, they will allow you to copy your character over onto the Burning Crusade server while keeping the character that you already have on Classic on a dedicated Classic server. The downside to this is that you're splitting up the player base, potentially, but if you get rid of that Classic server, you're going to see a massive rise in private servers once again. In terms of my interest with Burning Crusade Classic, I mean, I was hyped for Classic and then dropped off it, as many people did. For me, when I first played WoW, was Wrath of the Lich King, and that I'm definitely gonna play. My quick side WoW Classic progression prediction is that we will go all the way up to Wrath Classic and then we'll go somewhere else, like old school RuneScape. The day that Deathwing came, never came. That's what I think. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that's basically what I think is going to happen this year on BlizzCon. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fairly, expected BlizzCon. I think it's going to be, we're going to just see more of the games that we know are coming out, and I'm still excited for it. I think that's fine. I think you can't always have a huge BlizzCon every year, and this is the year where we're in between the big announcements, I think. If you enjoyed this video, thank you very much. If you stayed all the way to this far, all the way to the end, thank you again very much. Please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you liked it. I've got way more videos coming out very, very soon. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye. Definitely streaming, so make sure you follow my Twitch TV, okay? Make sure you follow it, you little slags.